शिक्षण प्रशिक्षण कौशल्य ज्ञानार्जन त्रिसूत्री CPS ची नवनवीन अभ्यासक्रमाची शैली CPS ची नवनवीन अभ्यासक्रमाची शैली CPS ची आरोग्यम रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे विज्ञानोरोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे गावोगावी खेडोपाडी सेवा व्रत घेऊन हे जाती गावोगावी खेडोपाडी सेवा व्रत घेऊन हे जाती शिष्य सेवा प्रति स्वास्थ्य सर्वस्व ही वचन पूर्ती करते शिष्य सेवा प्रति स्वास्थ्य सर्वस्व ही वचन पूर्ती करते आरोग्यम रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे विज्ञानोरोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे आरोग्यम रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे विज्ञानोरोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे विज्ञानोरोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे विज्ञानोरोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे
Please be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. I take this opportunity to welcome everyone to the 155th Convocation Ceremony of College of Physicians and Surgeons of Mumbai. CPS has been a pioneer in granting postgraduate medical diplomas and fellowship. It's one of the oldest institutes granting postgraduate courses since 1912. Today, we have a very distinguished guest with us, Dr. Lalit Bhushan Wagmare, who's the Vice Chancellor. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome our President, Dr. Ajay Sambre, our Vice President, Dr. Kavita Mahendarkar, Registrar, Dr. Rajesh Darde, our Controller of Examination, Dr. Jassawala, all our esteemed council members, and the distinguished guests of the dais. I now request our President, Dr. Ajay Sambre, to please welcome our chief guest. Momento. चला वर जा फटाफट. This is a small memento from College of Physicians and Surgeons of Mumbai. Thank you, sir. I now request Mrs. Hema to welcome our President, Dr. Ajay Sambre, and our Vice President, Dr. Kavita Mahendarkar. Rahul. I request Rasika and Aarti to welcome all the council members. Kavita madam la dena. Dr. Kavita Mahendarkar. Let's hear it for the council members who have been working really hard to take CPS to great heights. I request Sonali to please welcome Dr. Batra. Dr. Bidwai. Kindly also welcome the, the mother, the great person who has given birth to our president. Aila, please welcome Kara. The better half of our president, Advocate Sangeeta Samre. The better half of our dashing council member, Dr. Venkatesh Giri. Thank you so much. I now invite our president, our vice president, and all the office bearers to please come forward to light the lamp and begin the convocation. Thank you. Dear students, आज तक आप एक secured environment में थे. आपने जो भी किया, there was always a guide. There was someone to take your responsibility. Your faculties were there. You worked under them. They held your hand. From now on, you will be on your own. It's a vast, vast world outside. वो कुएं के मेंढक के जगह पे अभी आप समुद्र की मछली बनने वाले हो, राइट? वहाँ पे बहुत सारी मछलियाँ हैं, खाली आप नहीं, अपने भी छोटे छोटे हो, बहुत बड़ी बड़ी मछलियाँ हैं, है ना? तो उधर आगे जाने के लिए how to swim this sea of life. I now request our council member, Dr. Datta Busare sir, to please come and guide you towards this.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dignitaries on the dais and dignitaries of the dais, I take this opportunity to congratulate you all and your parents who have taken efforts to bring to this level to get this degree. And apart from this, see, till now you were under somewhere your teacher, wherever you are working. But now once you get the degree, automatically your responsibility as a postgraduate specialist increases. For that, you should have some qualities as either he is a doctor. So this is like, as every parent who desires once entry into from NEET UG to MBBS, then NEET PG to postgraduate, and some of you may go for as a super specialist. So I expect even some of you might be aspiring for that, all these things. When you are riding your journey of this, so as a doctor, you should possess some qualities. I always say, so there are 13 qualities you should possess as a specialist. So number 1, I say 4 Ds. Which are the 4 Ds? Number 1, you should discipline yourself, your mind. See, it is when you are working in the society. So most important, what is your discipline? Then determination. Someone has rightly said, only desire doesn't do anything. If you take some decision, it will do something. But if you determine to do anything, you will change everything. So determination, that is the most important key. Then devotion and dedication. These 4 Ds is very important for you. Then as a medical profession, we see what are the 4 Cs. You should have caring of nature. See, the patient should feel when you are this thing, okay, so see, he should feel that again he should come back to you. Compassion. So, compassion, what do you mean by compassion? Okay, you may be, incidents you may be happening when you go outside. So, when you are going on the road, you may find someone who is lying down. But by not just saying that, oh, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था, वो दारू पीकर सोया, that is not a compassion. What is compassion? You have to take to the heart. We have seen the patients bringing by unknown to our ER room, which are not known. That is real compassion. You are taking something, see, it should be from the heart. So you should be compassionate. You should connect in this digital world. You should have connectivity. What is happening around the world? Either there are so many digital media of connectivity, and you have to upgrade yourself. As we know, you are much far more than all of us. And then communication. This is the most important aspect as you are going to possess. Communication, you have to communicate with your own mind at least for 5 to 10 minutes. Is there in wrong what you have done throughout your day? Communicate yourself, your family members, the working place, communication to the all stakeholders, including nowadays, it is important you should have very good communication. If you want to be a very skillful doctor and who is going to flourish in practice, even with political leaders. And it's like a local administration, government officials. So communication is the most, see now, what we see all ITCOM module, they more concentrate on ITCOM attitude, ethics and communication skill, which we are lacking. See, incidents may happen still, but our effort should not be less. Our effort should be more than 200%. Still the chances could happen, it could be like whatever, maybe 1 to 2%. Then what are the 4 Ps? You should be passionate, whatever you want to do. I still remember one of the story, like on border, there was one soldier who, one of the doctor who could not save, she called his parents, and she says, I could not, it was bleeding so much, I can't do anything. Like, it is passionate, it's like she was passionate. Nothing I could do it in such situation, in something. Then patience, patience, patience and patience. Remember, this is very, very important. Try to be a good listener in a practice. That's meaning perseverance and persistence. If anything you are doing, always you have to follow up that thing, persistent, you have to maintain what you are doing. So last but not the least, it is 13th, I say you should be a very good human being. What do you mean by that? See, you are going to develop yourself, not your parents, not your friends. It is only you and your mind Who is going to decide this? Ethics, morality, and your integrity. We come across, even as a doctor fraternity, you may reading in the paper, sometimes you feel, oh, usne aisa kyun kiya hoga? It is not, it might have been circumstances which might have been happened, but your mind should be so firm when you're, because see, there are three things which will not change in life: sun, moon, and the truth. See, what you have done, somewhere, sometime, 0.1% it will come back to you. That's why it is important. It is the only way, is the prevention, is the only key for this. Okay? Then, when we are doing all those things, what are the virtues? Respect. What are the 5 persons in life who are very important? Number 1, our parents, father, mother, we are taught, your siblings, okay, and brothers, sisters, and your teacher, your relatives, and the society. Society is the backbone. So what you have been brought in the society as a doctor, बोले पहले MBBS हो गया, बाद में MS हो गया, he is doing. So society has seen you right from top to bottom, you are grown up. So there is little bit expectation from the society. If you keep in your mind social service, never forget, most important, if you do that, no one is going to stop. And for you people specifically, because you are going to compete with other specialists who may be like MDMS, DNB, and you are not far, you are also equivalent. But in practice, I have seen so many times, they do much more better. They are intensivists, let me tell you. They are very important. In out of state, the person who has been do a diploma in DGO, he himself grown. He did FCPS, he did fellowship in our laparoscopy. Now he has settled in one of the center, if you see, one of the center in Gujarat, very periphery. And he sends me the message. It's like he saved, he could not save the mother, saved the baby. He did the, like patient arrested, but he could save the baby and the message was sent. It means that they are far much more better. It's like you don't consider yourself for less. And last but not the least, your research. See, always even our ex-president, Dr. Girish, always says, you have to keep attitude of a researcher. Your mind should be a researcher. Your attitude towards the research and always learning. And as I am a medical teacher, teaching and learning. See, by teaching, you are also learning. If you say teach, uska ulta karo, it is learn. You are learning yourself. So you have to, so I am, even myself, if you see I am Indian medical graduate, what they see, you should be a lifelong learner. Lifelong learner. That's why how this preventive social medicine has come right from the first, because they could not inculcate ability of a social service only by keeping the PSM in 3rd year. That's why they have kept right from the 1st year. They are adopting families. They are making compulsory the one person, one doctor has to do 2 and 3 families. So teach and learn. These are, and that is going to be the lifelong. And I end my speech by quote by our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji. The best way to engage yourself is to serve others. By serving others, you are engaging yourself. And let me say, and by service, you are yourself doing the peace. That I say, it is a peace through service. Sevetun Shanti. If you take this message, no one is going to stop you from anything. And I wish you all the best for your practice, for your, you may do super specialty, you may go ahead with any of critical care courses, because you are postgraduate most of the time. So you learning, and now critical care is so much developed, whether it is MD medicine, whether MS surgery, learning, you have to keep this ability. And I think I end my speech through this. And remember, for the peace through service. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Till now, I felt only A and B is important for grades. Today, the first time I've realized even C and D's are very important for us. Today, we have a very distinguished chief guest between us. Actually, this is the first time I actually knew that his full name is Lalit Bhushan Wagmare. I always knew him as Dr. Lalit only. For us, he's always been Dr. Lalit. He, through his hard work, has risen from grassroots levels to the position that he's holding as Vice Chancellor of Datta Meghe University. I welcome you, sir. I invite Dr. Dada Saheb Jagtap to just give us a brief about Dr. Lalit Bhushan Wagmare.
Good afternoon all. Respected President, Dr. Ajay Samre sir, Vice President Dr. Kavita ma'am, Honorable Chief Guest, invited guest and respected council member and dear students, welcome all. I would like this opportunity to introduce our esteemed Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Lalit Bhushan Wagmare, Vice Chancellor Dattamegi Institute of Higher Education and Research Center, Varda. He is a medical education enthusiast, always willing for reforms in medical education and one of the main contributors in making Dattamegi Institute of Medical Sciences one of the topmost medical institute in India. Sir is a dedicated teacher, a receiver of many prestigious awards and recognitions such as B.C. Roy Award, Best Teacher Award 3 times in 2008, 2009 and 2012. He is a member of American Association of Physiology. Sir has completed his UG and PG from Nagpur University and PhD from Varda in Physiology. Sir has previously held many prestigious positions in various associations and committees, was a professor, is a professor, head of department, dean, NABH accreditor, and on board of studies of medical education. His areas of interest include physiology, continuing quality assurance in medical education, and health policy and planning. Sir has many publications to his name and has authored multiple books and monographs. That's all. Thank you. This is a very short introduction for him, for his personality, but I think I will do justice for him. Thank you, sir.
We all have a lot to learn from Dr. Lalit. We have a lot to learn from his journey. So I now invite Dr. Lalit to please come up and address the gathering.
Honorable President of CPS Mumbai, Dr. Samre, my elder brother, and I am missing him today here, immediate past president of CPS Mumbai, Dr. Girish sir, the whole board of the CPS, distinguished dignitaries sitting across the dais, Dr. Batra sir, Dr. Bidwaik sir, parents, the graduates, and the family members. Convocation in the milestone is one of the important milestones in the journey of any graduate. And the stars of any convocation are my dear students. So I'll begin by congratulating one and all for achieving what was one of the toughest degrees in your life. Special message of congratulations to those who have won certain awards, medals, publications, so on and so forth. A line of congratulations should also go to your parents, and I'm sure they will be more than happy, thrilled, much more than what you are today. I'm sure they will remember this day more than what you remember today for their lifetime, because it is their hard work, their years of spending on you has resulted their ward getting such a prestigious degree. The tradition of supporting the next generation is very ancient, I would say. In Indian society, there are many examples where the teacher has left his position for his son. Recent example, if you all know, Professor Barrow left his chair for his beloved student Sir Isaac Newton. And what Newton did is a matter of history. Similarly, the same tradition is followed in CPS. I would say a generation of PM Zadav sir, Jessiwala sir has handed over the baton to the next generation. and look at the next generation and what wonders they have done. They have brought a organization which is 100-year-old, has become an 18-year-old young teenager organization with all the spirit, all the energy, and all the enthusiasm to change the world. My dear students, we all know Christopher Columbus, right? He started from England, wanted to find India, started on his journey, went to Americas, thought they were Indians and named them Indians. So he started doing something, went at a totally different place, identified wrong people as by wrong name, and still he is considered as the greatest voyager. Similarly, for everyone, you have to have just a message that you have to have an intent rather than focusing on what is the destination. One of the important steps in your odyssey is achieving this degree. I am sure all of you are thrilled today to have received this degree. You will be receiving rather this degree now. But receiving degree is just like getting a driving license. And getting a driving license does not mean you can drive a car. And we are seeing, I just don't want to be very controversial, but recently we are seeing lot of drivers without any knowledge of driving. So my humble request and humble desire and advice to all of you is that having a driving license does not mean that you have achieved everything. You have to focus on voyage. You have to keep on learning. You have to get yourself more acquainted. You have to get yourself more polished in order to achieve something in your life. So my advice to all the graduates today is keep working hard. Keep being a student of medical education. Medical education is a vast field and health sciences is full of mysteries. I do not know how many of you know Alzheimer's disease. I am sure everybody must be knowing. Alzheimer's disease was diagnosed on the basis of a single case report. So you can't deny or you cannot neglect any single thing which you see, which you focus in your practice, in your careers. Keep learning. Keep engaging yourself more with education. Similarly, I always keep telling my students that there was a generation of Dilip Kumar, then came the generation of Rajesh Khanna, then came generation of Amitabh Bachchan. Dilip Kumar and Rajesh Khanna were heroes without any body. Their face, their acting was sufficient. But today's generation is of Tiger Shroff. You have to be good looking, you have to have body, you should be able to fight, you should be able to dance, you should be able to romance, everything, one single package. So having just degree doesn't help. You have to have research experience, you have to have clinical excellence, you have to have ATCOM. Somebody just told you about the attitude, ethics and communication and importance of it in your life. So all these parameters will make you a complete package. So focus on getting all these things. Having just degree again is the beginning. I congratulate all of you for a very good beginning. And I wish you all the luck that you will continue working hard and achieving the milestones which you have set for yourself. A last line of recognition of hard work to the Vice President, Mrs. Mahindrakar, for having established a beautiful skills lab and working totally hard for developing educational parameters for an organization like this. And her efforts today will sow the seeds of huge trees. And I'm sure that tree will bear fruits for all of us. And we will train very good medical educators, good physicians, good surgeons, good gynecologists, good pediatricians, so on and so forth. My dear children, my best wishes to one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lalit Wagmare, for your words of enlightenment. I now request our President, Dr. Ajay Samre, to please address the convocation.
Dear all, I'll be taking just a few minutes of yours because we have to proceed with the ceremony. Respected today's chief guest, Dr. Lalit Bhushan Wagmare, CPS Vice President Dr. Kavita Mahendarkar, our beloved immediate past President Dr. Girish Mahendarkar. He is the mentor. He's my mentor in CPS, and I'm missing him today. He's been for an important work. All our CPS council members, our distinguished guests sitting in front of me, my dear family and my friends who have come back from Aurangabad, our hard-working CPS staff, they were here, most of them throughout the midnight, and most of the female staff, they went home at 11 o'clock in the night. And most importantly, my dear students. Before I start, I would like to remember my late father, Shri Devidasara Sambre, and I seek his and my mother's blessing as I begin my speech. Dear students, today is your day. You have worked so hard for this moment since the past, I think 10 years or so. For 2-3 years you struggled to get into the UG NEET, then 5 to 6 years for MBBS, then the next again 2-3 years for PG training. Before that you struggled for the PG NEET, and now you are here for the degree. Most of you all will go for some more training and so. But once you get trained, whenever you start from here, you will be starting your journey as healers. Till now you were students, but now you will be starting your journey as healers. You will be treating someone who is in pain, who is in trouble. And I would like to share that that will be the best emotional refund you get, emotional feeling you get throughout your life. Whenever you get a feedback of a patient, I had been to you with this problem, and when he crosses with you in some market also, and he gives you that feedback, and that is the best thing you get in your life. Money will come, money will not go anywhere. You just be genuine with your patient, you just give him the proper advice, and the money will flow. Once you gain all that you have wanted, the economical balance, keep on investing in your hospital. Go for high-end machines, equipments rather than luxury cars. That will be my suggestion. Whichever area you practice, be confident in whatever you have learned. If a patient comes to you, you understand the ailment, the disease, treat him with confidence. If you don't get it, if you think that it is beyond your expertise, refer him to someone who is more expert or who is of a better specialty than you. But if you are at a tertiary level where you don't have, you are at the peak, like in the tertiary hospital, and that is the best you can do. So just think that this patient is someone who is very close, who is very dear to you, and just do the best you can do and leave the result to time. Becoming, after a student, now you have to become a successful doctor, and to become a successful doctor or a practitioner is very simple. It's not hard. You just stick to your timing, stick to your chair, be dedicated to your practice, give proper advice, ethical advice, and be available. And you have to have good friends also, like the colleagues, whichever colleagues you are practicing with, you be friendly with them. So these are the 3 things which will make a successful doctor. Just keep yourself updated with all the new technologies, whichever is coming, you have to keep yourself updated. Just don't think कि नहीं मेरा अभी चल रहा है सब, क्यों अभी और वापस सीखना है, क्यों अभी, like I am an ophthalmologist, like I had started with an extracapsular extraction, then came SICS, then came FECO, तो मेरा तो गाड़ा चल रहा है, अभी क्यों और सीखूँ मैं. But you have to take that first step. अगर ECC के बाद SICS नहीं सीखे तो आगे FECO आने वाला है, उसके आगे और MICS आने वाला है, उसके आगे लेज़र कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी आने वाली है. taking one step at a time is easy, but अगर आगे 2-4 steps हो गए advancement में, तो it becomes very difficult. You get more bored. So whenever a step comes in your life regarding upgrading yourself, just go ahead, because then it becomes difficult to take 3-4 steps at a time. To conclude, I embrace your future with passion and dedication. Your role as healers is not just a job, but a great responsibility. Let your kindness, honesty, and commitment guide you in making a difference in the lives you touch. Congratulations once again, and may your careers be filled with success, fulfillment, and joy of healing. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you, sir. After all the advice, all the words of wisdom, it's time to give our students the wings. The wings they need to fly, the wings they need to achieve heights in their career. I now request our Vice President, Dr. Kavita Mahindarkar, to please read the admission for FCPS students.
Thank you, Naresh sir. Mr. President, on behalf of the students of College of Physicians and Surgeons of Mumbai, who have been examined and found qualified for their respective fellowships, namely FCPS Medicine, FCPS Surgery, FCPS Midwifery and Gynecology, FCPS Ophthal, FCPS Child Health, FCPS Dermatology, FCPS Otorhinolaryngology, and FCPS Orthopedics. I move that they be admitted to the above said fellowships, and I present to you some of the aforesaid candidates for the admission to the fellowships in person, and I pray that those who are permitted to receive the fellowships in absentia may also be admitted thereto.
Thank you, ma'am. By the authority given to me as a president of this College of Physicians and Surgeons of Mumbai, I admit you one and all as fellows of this college, and I charge you that ever in your life and practice you prove yourself to be worthy of the same. I also admit the other candidates to the fellowship in absentia.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I now request our president and our chief guest to please come forward and distribute the certificates for fellowship. We shall start with FCPS Medicine. Ambekar Vishal Narayan Rao. Atul Sudhakar Madhikar. Atul Sudhakar Madhikar. Chaudhary Abhishek Deepak. Dobade Suhas. दुबे अरुण. एकलारे अतुल. डॉक्टर एकलारे अतुल. डॉक्टर गायकवाड तुषार. डॉक्टर गायकवाड तुषार. डॉक्टर गांधी सूरज. डॉक्टर कथोरटिया चंद्रेश. डॉक्टर केकन विक्रांत.
डॉक्टर महाजन प्रसाद, डॉक्टर माहुलकर सिद्धिका, डॉक्टर पाटिल शुभम, डॉक्टर प्रशांत कुमार, डॉक्टर सचिन पुजारी, डॉक्टर श्रीवास्तव जयशिव, डॉक्टर सूर्यवंशी सागर, डॉक्टर थोराट स्नेहल, डॉक्टर तोरड़ अजय कुमार, डॉक्टर गाडेकर आशीष, डॉक्टर कामड़े अमर, डॉक्टर सादिया नासिर गोले, डॉक्टर तायडे प्रिया, डॉक्टर चौधरी मेधावी, डॉक्टर कामड़े आरावा, डॉक्टर पटेल पृथ्वेश, डॉक्टर प्रतिभा कुमार, डॉक्टर सुरवे मलिका सुल्तान, डॉक्टर देशमुख चिन्मय, डॉक्टर बोतारे पूजा, डॉक्टर धोलरिया हिरेन, डॉक्टर गरुड़कर आशुतोष, डॉक्टर हिवारे स्नेहा, डॉक्टर नकुम रवि, डॉक्टर राउत अपूर्वा, डॉक्टर संखे केतकी, डॉक्टर शिंदे अपूर्व,
Thank you, sir.
I now request Dr. Venkatesh Giri to please read the acceptance for diploma students.
Mr. President, on behalf of students of College of Physicians and Surgeons of Mumbai, who have been examined and found qualified for their respective diplomas and certificate, namely DOMS, DGO, DCH, DPB, DDV, DA, DORL, DRTHO, DPM, DMRE, TDD, DTMH, DGM and DGS. I move that they be admitted to the above said diplomas and certificates, and I present to you some of the aforesaid candidates for admission to the diplomas and certificate in person. I pray that those who are permitted to receive the diplomas and certificate course in absentia may also be admitted thereto.
Thank you, sir. By the authority given to me as President of this College of Physicians and Surgeons of Mumbai, I admit you one and all for the respective diplomas and certificate courses of this college. And I charge you that ever in your life and practice you prove yourself to be worthy of the same. I also admit the other candidates in the respective diplomas and certificate courses in absentia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I now request Registrar Dr. Rajel Tarade to please come forward and distribute the certificates for DGO. Dr. Balladar Shahin. Dr. Chavan Leena.
Dr. Dal Sarita. Dr. Desai Nirali. Dr. Gavit Bhanudas. Dr. Gedam Siddhartha. Dr. Lahari. Dr. Natso Renu. Dr. Nilambika.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I now call upon our Controller of Examiner, Dr. Jassawala, to please come forward and distribute the certificates.
Dr. Niharika Kant. Dr. Pandey Ravi. Dr. Patel Jagdish Kumar. Dr. Paura Vinesh. Dr. Rajni Mishra. Dr. Raut Nilesh. Dr. Ravikant Bondhare. Dr. Seta Apsa. Dr. Shukla Pradyumna.
Thank you, sir. I now request Nanankar sir to please come forward and distribute the certificates.
Dr. Ennavalli Adarsh. Dr. Akansha Lal. Dr. Akshay Ashok. Dr. Amol Jayendra. Dr. Chetana Kalra. Dr. Gajjar Jayesh. Yash.
Gajjar.
Yash.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Kavita Mendekar to please come forward and distribute the certificates.
Dr. Gopichand Bhimgani. Dr. Zawkar Datta Sagar. Dr. John Paul. Dr. Koi Amit. Dr. Podgani Venkatesh. Dr. Ravi Arora. Dr. Sayyid Sohel. Dr. Gupta Dipti.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. P.M. Yadav to please come forward.
Dr. Nashra Fatima. Dr. Dhavde Snehal. Dr. Mote Amarjit. Dr. Patel Umang. Dr. Barde Rushikesh. Dr. Madanlal Chaudhary. Dr. Wankhede Maya.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Prashant Yadav to please come forward and distribute the certificates.
Dr. Abhishek. Dr. Atresh Biradar. Dr. Herald Miller. Dr. Jayant Kumar, Dr. Ramvanshi Sujay, Dr. Tiwari Puneet, Dr. Virendra Chaudhary, Dr. Harshavardhan Subhash, Dr. Vaikos Praful,
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Jahangir, sir, to please come forward and distribute the certificates.
Dr. Aisha Tazneem, Dr. Jehad Mohammed, Dr. Kale Om, Dr. Kamble Monica, Dr. Mata Tarka Rama, Dr. Nalable Navjot, Dr. Prabhat Kumar,
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Venkatesh Giri to please come forward and distribute the certificates.
Dr. Sangeeta Chaudhary, Dr. Sharyat Shakir, Dr. Shinde Sagar, Dr. Tavre Rohit, Dr. Thakkar Ankit, Dr. Vivek Saini, Dr. Wagh Amar, Dr. Wankhede Bhagyesh, Dr. Sontakke Satish, Dr. Mandloy Rahul,
Thank you, sir. Friends, as we come close to the end of this gracious ceremony, I once again take this opportunity on behalf of team of CPS to congratulate you all, and I hope that God blesses you in all your endeavors in future. I also take this opportunity to congratulate all the proud parents. It is said that the hand that rocks the cradle rocks the world. Today, it's not only the hand of the mother that rocks the cradle.
it's the father as well. And it is the efforts that these parents put, their dreams have come today. So I take this opportunity to congratulate each and every parent waiting down. I also take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Dr. Lalit Bhushan Wagmare, who has removed time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion, our president, our vice president, our distinguished council members, and our guests of the dais. In the end, not to forget, I would like to thank our staff that has worked relentlessly, has been working really hard, not only for yesterday, but from last full week to make this occasion a great success. So let me hear it for our staff. Thank you so much. I would now request everybody to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Please be seated. I now request our president to dissolve the convocation. I request everybody to be seated till the procession is led back by the secretary.
रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे विद्यानो रोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे आरोग्यं रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे विद्यानो रोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे 100 वर्षांची वाटचाल प्रगतीपथावरती 100 वर्षांची वाटचाल प्रगतीपथावरती भव्य देखणी वास तू ही दिमाखात उभी भव्य देखणी वास तू ही दिमाखात उभी आरोग्यं रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे विद्यानो रोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे सुसज्ज ग्रंथ संग्रहालय आमची ही शान वाढवी सुसज्ज ग्रंथ संग्रहालय आमची ही शान वाढवी. संशोधन प्रबंधाची जोड गुरुजन शिष्य वृंद घडवी. संशोधन प्रबंधाची जोड गुरुजन शिष्य वृंद घडवी. आरोग्यम रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे. विज्ञानो रोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे. शिक्षण प्रशिक्षण कौशल्य ज्ञानार्जन त्रिसूत्री CPS ची. शिक्षण प्रशिक्षण कौशल्य ज्ञानार्जन त्रिसूत्री CPS ची. नवनवीन अभ्यासक्रमाची शैली CPS ची. नवनवीन अभ्यासक्रमाची शैली CPS ची. आरोग्यम रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे. विज्ञानो रोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे. गावोगावी खेडोपाडी सेवा व्रत घेऊन हे जाती. गावोगावी खेडोपाडी सेवा व्रत घेऊन हे जाती. शिष्य सेवा प्रति स्वास्थ्य सर्वस्व ही वचन पूर्ती करते. शिष्य सेवा प्रति स्वास्थ्य सर्वस्व ही वचन पूर्ती करते. आरोग्यम रक्षणाय CPS चे ध्येय असे. विज्ञानो रोग विमुक्ते हा आमचा ध्यास असे. आरोग्यम रक्षणाय